Just where are you Giants from?
We're from New York, and we.
All hail the New York Giants!
Yo, what's good, y'all? So the 2025 NFL draft has finally concluded, and I gotta say, it was quite the interesting draft. As you all know, the whole draft has been highlighted, with Shedeur Sanders going from projected top 10 pick all the way down to the first round. Shedeur was like a lost puppy that was finally found to the dog pound, aka the Cleveland Browns. Bad quarterback play is where it goes down. Cleveland's a shit city where rock music and misery are the only sound. Bars, nigga. But enough about the sorry ass poverty Browns. Let's talk about my New York Giants in their 2025 draft. So I'm going to evaluate each pick that the Giants made in this year's draft. I'll be grading each player based off the following things. Number 1, where they were drafted relatively to how highly they were touted coming out of college. Number 2, how much I think they can adapt to the NFL level, or how long I think it will take them to adapt to the NFL level. Number 3, what they can contribute to the New York Giants. And number 4, their aura. Without further ado, let's get started. Taken with the third overall pick is none other than the blue chip prospect out of Penn State, Abdul Carter. Carter is an explosive athletic pass rusher that has really good quickness and strength. He was very effective in his first full season playing edge with 68 total tackles and 12 sacks. He's also very good at generating pressure. As you can see in this first clip here, Carter's amazing speed and ability to create pressure is highlighted. But I do wish she also sacked him here at the same time too, just give him a little bear hug. Speaking of bear hugs, peep how he sacks Will Howard here. Dude just fucking tosses him like a toss rings at a carnival.
Give me your fried chicken, nigga.
Also too, I just love how quickly he responds to this play. Like you could tell he just read the play like a book and just ends it right on its tracks. Abdul, I definitely think, has the speed, the explosiveness, and the technique to adapt to the NFL level very quickly. It's just only a matter of him playing the position of linebacker or edge. When it comes to a linebacker position, I definitely think he'll be extremely good right away. Edge, I'm not as sure, only because he has not nearly as much experience playing edge. However, he did prove to be very elite playing edge despite his lack of experience. And I low-key think he can become a potential much better edge rusher than he did linebacker. He could take this New York Giants pass rush to a whole nother level. Like I heard some people argue that we didn't need Abdul Carter just because the Giants already have a good pass rush. And to those people, I say respectfully, shut up, because there's no such thing as having too much pass rush in the NFL. Abdul Carter's explosiveness and speed can take an already great Giants pass rush up to elite top 5 in the NFL. It's like turning gold into platinum. It's like applying makeup to a girl who's like an 8 out of 10. Karl-Anthony Towns, you are a lucky man for real. Carter also offers versatility at linebacker at edge, so he opens the book for like different various defensive possibilities and schemes. Like he offers that defensive versatility that like a Von Miller has. I mean, he's like really similar to Von Miller, like with that weight and speed. He's also really long, no homo. I mean, this guy is just gonna open the door so much for the Giants. And bro, this nigga got aura for real. Like this dude writes Darth Vader on his eye black. He has that villainous like presence, like he's about to do something devious. The Giants for real need like a villain. Like I want a Sith Lord on our team, bro. Carter is like Darth Vader, and the opposing QBs are like Jedi or Padawans that are about to feel the dark force that is Abdul Carter after he's come sacking their bodies into the fucking turf. Anyways, bro, I'm giving the Abdul Carter draft grade of A. Like, bro, this guy will be a wrecking force for years and years to come, bro. I am so excited for what this guy is going to bring to the team. And dare I say, he'll be the next Hall of Fame linebacker for the New York Giants.
In the country, they ride horses and throw sevens. Got niggas in the east ride ATVs with Mac 11s.
Next, we got Jackson Dart out of Ole Miss. Yeah, I hate to admit it, but the Giants are not beating the "we only draft white quarterback" allegations. Shedeur Sanders was like the consensus second best quarterback in this draft after Cam Ward. So when the Giants traded back into the first round with the Texans pick, a lot of people thought we were going to draft Shedeur. But you know, the Giants like their quarterbacks whitey and tidy. This is pretty much how the Giants feel when it comes to drafting black quarterbacks. In all seriousness though, I don't think the Giants are like this racist, neo-Nazi organization. Also, the whole league passed on Shedeur. I mean, for fuck's sake, the Browns literally drafted Dylan Gabriel before Shedeur. And when they did draft Shedeur, they didn't look happy at all. I mean, just look at their faces. Does this look like a face of a team that's happy drafting a QB? Let's talk about Jackson Dart. So I'm sure a lot of you know by now this QB class is not very good outside Cam Ward. And even then, Cam Ward himself is like low-key a project QB when you compare him to like blue chip prospects like Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter. So the Giants trading up some picks to go get Jackson Dart is a reach for sure, but keep in mind, we are talking about the quarterback position here. Teams reach for a quarterback all the time. And for some reason, I've seen people compare this to when we reached for Daniel Jones in 2019, and I think that's a bullshit statement. Daniel Jones was a consensus like 3rd, 4th round pick quarterback that was drafted with the 6th overall pick. And while you could say Jackson Dart is not a highly regarded prospect either, at least he wasn't taken within a top 10 pick. The Giants didn't give up much capital to go get him, and he was projected to go in the 1st round by the vast majority of mock drafts. Also, while it's not confirmed at all, I do find it interesting that the Rams, the team that picked right after us, immediately traded out of the 1st round, implying that they wanted to draft Jackson Dart. And the Rams and Sean McVay, who's one of the best offensive minds in football by the way, were high on Jackson Dart and believe he could be the potential successor to Stafford. So no, this is not another Daniel Jones 2.0 situation. Shut the fuck up. However, this does not mean I think Dart is NFL ready, but let's start out with the positives, as I do think he has some traits that will fit in well at the NFL level, like his arm strength, his accuracy and velocity, running ability, toughness, and he does seem to see the whole field well. Like for example, in this game against Arkansas, you can see him throw with like perfect velocity and accuracy. So I guess you could say Jackson Dart threw a dart on that play. Get it guys, because his last name's Dart. Here we see his dual threat ability. Oh my gosh guys, he's running like Josh Allen. Here you see Dart throwing a dart when getting blitzed, highlighting his toughness in the pocket. However, for every highlight there are lowlights. I'm sure some of you know about his infamous meltdown against the Gators where he threw 3 picks in the final minute of the game. I mean, sheesh man, this dude had one of the most impressive sports meltdowns I think I've ever seen.
With essentially their season on the line, Ole Miss found themselves down 7 on a 1st and 10 in the swamp with less than 2 minutes ahead of the Ole Miss wide receiver. And then later, with about 25 seconds remaining, there was a pick that was overturned. In the last 2 minutes, Dart threw an interception, and then he threw another interception, but the call got reversed, and then he threw another pick right after. So he threw it into the Gators' hands 3 times in the final 100 seconds, you could say, but 2 of them counted for picks, and now with a 3rd loss, Ole Miss's season and playoff hopes are essentially dead.
So yeah, that meltdown he had does have me a bit concerned about his clutchness in those late game situations, but I guess it was one game, so I'm not going to hold it too much against him. I just hope he doesn't end up being one of those unclutched quarterbacks like a Matt Ryan or Phillip Rivers. Honestly, my biggest issue with Dart is the system that he was playing under in Ole Miss under Lane Kiffin. It looked like a one-read offense where you get the ball to whoever you see first open on the field. This style of offense will not work in the NFL, as targets will not nearly be as open on a quarterback's first read. Now, I don't think he's incapable at reading multiple points in the field, but I do think he's inexperienced in that aspect and definitely needs time to adapt to an NFL offensive scheme. There's also other things I think he can work on, like his footwork, and also him be able to throw with anticipation rather than always relying on an open target. If he were to start week 1 for the Giants, there's no doubt in my mind he will struggle. But thankfully, Russ is the week 1 starter, so he gets to learn behind a future Hall of Fame quarterback. Also too, don't forget our head coach is Brian Daboll. You know, the guy who helped turn Josh Allen into the demon he is today. I think most of Dart's flaws can definitely be fixed with good coaching, and I feel comfortable that Brian Daboll is the guy to do that. Now look, am I saying Dart is going to develop into like a Josh Allen level quarterback? Hell no. But I do think with Daboll's coaching, he could potentially turn into like a Jordan Love or Justin Herbert level of quarterback. Maybe. And honestly, I think that's all we really need him to be. Like, I'm not asking Dart to be like the highest echelon of elite quarterbacks, but if he's just like very good, or he's like a very capable NFL starting quarterback, and he could get the job done when he needs to the most, I'll be very happy with this selection. Also too, I want this team's defining trait to be their defense. As long as the offense can hold its own and get the job done, to me that's all that matters. As for aura, I think Dart got some aura. I mean, firstly, his press conferences are way better than Daniel Jones. Like, he actually talks with some confidence in his fucking voice. Also too, he's a hunter. This photo can definitely be used as aura points in the future if we beat a cat team like the Panthers, Lions, or Jaguars. Oh shit, and he hunts birds too? Yeah, it's quiet for the Eagles. Oh no, I'm giving the Jackson Dart pick a C, mainly because it was a reach to go get him, and we gave up some assets to get him, and also too, he's just a complete project at quarterback. However, I do appreciate the Giants for taking a swing and trying to get a quarterback, and we'll see how Dart develops, man. I'm actually really intrigued by him and his traits. I think he can again develop into that really solid NFL starting quarterback.
Shame on you when you step to the old dirty bastard, Brooklyn. So.
Next, we got Darius Alexander, the defensive tackle out of Toledo. Now, from what I heard, like a bunch of draft analysts had a first-round grade on him. So when the Giants drafted him around 3, pick 1, he was seen as a very good value pick. Alexander, I think, has the length, the size, and the physicality to be a pretty good interior lineman. I think his biggest strength is him being able to stop the run. Showing some footage here, pay attention to number 9, as he was very quick at reading the running play and was very quick to stop it. Same thing here. Coming for that ass, boy. I'm coming for that ass, boy. Give me your ass, boy. I want a bear hug. I definitely think Darius Alexander will fit in at the NFL level very quickly, given his college experience and also his strong suit of being a powerful run stopper. Like, the nigga ran a 480 at 310 pounds, which is just insane. He's very coordinated, meaning he's like at the right place at the right time. He seems to have a very good football IQ. He sees which lanes to go, when to change direction. I will say though, his pass rush is not the best, but I do think it can improve over time. I definitely think he could be that run stopping force that the Giants need, because they've kind of struggled a little bit at stopping the run for the past couple years, and he's just yet another good piece you can add to this Giants D line to really put it over the top. And as for aura, just watch this clip.
GM Joe Schoen talked about like he wants this team to be, full of dogs, have that physical mentality. And for you, do you just embrace that being a D tackle? Like, you just love being physical like that?
Yes, sir, definitely. I love taking my opponent's wheel and just watching them go to the sideline. I know what to say to the coach. So I feel like that's something that they do well here too, as a great group of D-line guys, and I feel like I come in and do that as well.
Oh no, I'm giving the Alexander pick an A. When you factor in where we drafted him relative to where he was supposed to go, it's a really good value pick, and honestly, like, he can contribute a lot to this Giants team, and yeah, man, that's all I gotta say for that.
New op pack in the air, this gas or what? He'll still be alive right now if you niggas ain't gas him up. Give my shorty stingers and guns, I tell them slap for nothing.
Next, we got Cam Scatterboo, and oh boy, I'm really excited to talk about him. Now, I didn't really know much about this guy before the Giants drafted him, so when I found out we drafted a running back for like the 30 in a row, I was not very happy, but I also noticed that he was very well received by Giants fans and football fans in general. So I decided to peep his tape, and man, all I gotta say is that Cam Scatterboo, I'm sorry, I was not familiar with your game. This man has the feistiness of a honey badger, bro, and you'll see why in these next few clips, as he takes it off to the races with this first one here. Look at the way he dodges and hustles through all these defenders, like he's running towards his house after his mom called him to tell him that the pizza rolls were done. What you finna do? What you finna do? What you finna do? What you finna do? Yeah, nigga, this is a white man sport now. Just look at this shit, man. He makes all these defenders eat dirt, bruh. Scadaboo had the game of his life against Texas. 143 yards on 30 carries with 2 rushing touchdowns, 99 receiving yards on 8 receptions. And oh yeah, did I forget to mention, dude passed for a 42-yard bomb for a touchdown. I peeped this, man. This shit is just so beautiful, bro. Absolute cinema, man.
Trailing by 2 possessions. Scadaboo's going to try to throw it downfield, and it is caught. And into the end zone goes Malik McClain. Cam Scadaboo.
Scadaboo was probably the second best running back in the draft after Ashton Genty, so getting him in the 4th round is yet another great value pick by Joe Schoen. Scadaboo reminds me of Marshall Faulk. Like, he's like elusive, he's fast, he's also a very good at receiving the ball too for a running back. And his ability to block and dodge is like no joke. It's like Barry Sanders like. It's like absolutely incredible. With all these highlighted traits, I think he'll fit very well into the NFL. However, I do wonder if he's gonna be as physical going into the NFL. Like, his play style is very, very physical. Like, he really gets at defenders like a batting ram. And I'm not sure if he should continue to make that the defining part of his game. We all know how much more stronger NFL defenders are, and you know, he's a running back, so he already has a shorter life. I said life, bruh. I meant shorter playing expectancy than, you know, other positions. So what I suggest to Cam is that maybe he should tone down his physical style just a little bit, just so he can play longer. But besides that, man, he's gonna be awesome. This man will be box office for the Giants. Him and Tyrone Tracy are going to put up crazy fantasy numbers and potentially be the most electric running back duo in the NFL. I mean, he's pretty much going to make that bitch-ass nigga Saquon Barkley an afterthought. This man's aura is through the roof. Like, this white boy got so much swagger. Both him and Jackson Dart are going to create for some exciting whites for real. That is my running back right there. Anyways, I'm giving the Cam Scadaboo pick an A+. I fucking love it, man. Like, this guy is going to be so fun to watch. He's just going to be so electric, him and Tyrone Tracy. And the possibilities are endless with this running back duo. And, bro, it's just going to add so much electricity to this Giants offense. And I just cannot wait, bro. Okay, lastly, I'm going to quickly talk about Marcus Embo here. Embo's an offensive tackle out of Purdue, and he's pretty much a project offensive tackle, but he has really good upsides. He uses his hands very good. He's very good at changing direction when he's blocking. He's also very good in the running game. This guy has like a lot of potential. I remember tweeting that the Giants should trade up to go get him because I was worried that some team would take him off the board, but luckily for us, he fell right into our lap. He might not be amazing right away, but if he can get past the growing pains and bulk up a little, I think he can be pretty good for the Giants. So I think they should have patience with him and see what they can develop him into. As for aura, I mean, he's an offensive lineman. Offensive linemen don't really have like too much aura, but judging off his demeanor and his interviews, he seems like a nice guy. Embo, I'm giving a grade of B+. While he is a project, his potential is very high. That's all I'm going to talk about for the Giants draft. I could talk about their 7th round picks, but honestly, I don't feel like it. So let's just hope they can contribute to the team, I guess. But yeah, man, Joe Schoen cooked with this draft. I'm pretty impressed. If all the players work out in this draft, this can go down as one of the best drafts in Giants history.